Today we'll hear the stories of individuals who have dedicated their lives to serving others through providing direct services and supports, through program leadership and supervision, through building best practices and evaluating those practices, and for working in our administration and finance teams. They are honorable, they are compassionate, and they're living their lives in such a way as to make a difference.
In terms of looking at the awardees this year, like the ABH membership, it's more than the sum of their parts. Really our field coming together, working together to better meet the needs of individuals, to offer hope, recovery, resiliency for individuals that we serve. And when I look at the ABH membership, that's what I see. All of us collectively working together to make things better.
I sit down with so many providers and hospitals where they talk to me about how behavioral health and mental health especially is a loss for them to provide. And it is our job in the State House and across the Commonwealth to change that narrative. There is nothing losing about taking care of people with behavioral health.
We're putting about $10 million into the ESP system, but only with very clear goals that we're looking to achieve on that, and to be pretty directive about, both on the hospital side and the overall system side, what we are looking to see in an actual system of crisis care.
I've always felt that public health, we have a particular obligation to ensure that we address the needs of people in vulnerable situations, and many times are unable to advocate for themselves. We know that many of the priority populations that we serve at BSAS, which are pregnant and parenting women, recently incarcerated, men of color, and the dually diagnosed folks with mental health and substance use issues, are our priority, and we need to ensure that they receive better and more integrated care. Those efforts start with you and our service providers. You are the unsung people doing the hero's work on the front lines day in and day out, ensuring that those who are often unable to speak for themselves adequately have a voice, have a chance, and have a pathway.
This is what describes you, all of you who are being honored here today. You refuse to accept the status quo. You apply your passion to finding better ways to reach all of the individuals who are so in need of excellent behavioral health. You reach out for partnerships to do your work. We thank you, not just today when you're being specially honored, but each and every day, because here's what you show us. You show us that treatment can work, that healing can happen, and perhaps the greatest contribution we can all bring is to continue applying the art of the possible.
So congratulations on your achievements. Thank you all for your commitment in supporting recovery, resilience, and empowerment for individuals with behavioral health conditions. I'm happy to be here with you.
Thank you so much. I'm so thrilled to be standing alongside my colleague, Guimel DeCarvalho. As Director of People and Culture and Chief Diversity Officer at Wayside Youth and Family Support Network, Guimel has been relentless in moving a 40-year-old human service agency forward in its effort to recruit a diverse staff, embed equity and inclusion across the 19 sites, and to challenge people to be courageous when talking about race and their own implicit biases. As a result of Guimel's leadership, Wayside has trained intensely more than 400 staff on diversity, equity, and inclusion principles, including what Guimel calls courageous conversations about race and racism. At the start of the process in 2017, over 18% of staff reported feeling completely unprepared to have such courageous conversations. Today, that is down to 1.4%. With her leadership, Wayside has increased its managers of color from 27% to 35%, and decreased staff who report experiencing bias from 24% down to 6%. We are very proud of Guimel and her leadership efforts to make diversity, equity, and inclusion part of Wayside's DNA. And increasingly, due to her leadership, Wayside is being recognized for this work. Guimel's vision to make the Department of People and Culture a transformational, rather than transactional experience has led to the redesign of performance evaluations, streamlining and digitizing the onboarding process, revamping the recruiting process, and implementing online benefit management. Guimel DeCarvalho is a wonderful, wonderful blend of someone who is relentless in raising the bar for Wayside Youth and Family Support Network while having great respect for the challenges involved. I am absolutely, absolutely thrilled to present Guimel with this year's Elizabeth Funk Emerging Leadership Award.
Thank you so much. The Elizabeth Funk Emerging Leader Award is quite the honor. And based on everything I hear about Betty Funk, it tells me it's some pretty big shoes to fill. An Emerging Leader Award can say a lot about the recipient, but I think it says a lot more about the organization being led. I want to thank ABH for this honor, but I primarily want to thank the organization that has allowed me to do so much, Wayside. Thank you to Eric Massey, Andrea Salzman, and the rest of the agency senior team for embracing me and the DEI initiative so wholeheartedly. They got on the train of organizational change and never looked back. I want to thank my Department of People and Culture. This team has always kept the wheels turning on that train. A true DEI initiative is not limited to a few trainings here or there. It's a full-scale renovation across multiple aspects of an organization, and they have been a lot of the muscle that has allowed that vision to be implemented. I want to thank Carlton Watson and Amy Hogarth, the DEI Committee, and the Wellness and Staff Voices Committee for helping shape so much of that vision and holding myself and Wayside accountable to it. And finally, I want to thank my secret sauce, my wife, Leona. She's where my best ideas and all my social skills come from. Thank you, baby. And with support like that, I hope to be able to fill those Betty Funk shoes someday. They just might be my size. Thank you.